good teacher once taught to love others as you love yourself. But I'm just wondering, what about those who struggle to love themselves? Like, hey, so I'm feeling pretty good today. And life taught me, don't trust that good Tuesday.
This video has been the most difficult video I have had to put together, and it has nothing to do with the editing. It has nothing to do with the sound or getting the light right. All of my other videos have been playful or educational. And when you're playing, it's very easy to just say what you think. And when you're educating someone, you've done your research and you're presenting facts. According to the Think with Google report, 85% of us between 18 and 49 are watching two different things at the same time on two different devices. This video is neither one of those things. This video required a lot of introspection. It required me to dig deep inside of myself. I have a huge sense of social responsibility. I love to be authentic with you guys and tell you exactly how I feel and how it really is. With the new year right around the corner, I wanted this to be something that I could also look back on, making sure that this was something that I, as a viewer, would get value out of was really difficult. I want to be able to watch this in 3 months, a year from now and go, yes, I did it. But in being really honest with myself and then taking it a step further and recording it for you, ooh, takes a lot of guts. Trust me. Try not to shake doing it. This has been a really rough year. But for me, there's no going back. I am paperless marketing. There has been a lot that I have learned. There has been a lot of things that I've made mistakes on. This is it. I come from a blue-collar family. I was raised to believe that if you work hard and you do really well and you put tons of time and effort into your craft, it will be appreciated. It's very personal. When I was really little, I bothered the hell out of my teachers. They couldn't stand it. Eventually, my mom got a call from the guidance counselor with the suggestion to put me on Ritalin. She said no. Test her for gifted. This is probably one of the best things my mom has ever done for me, and I will always say thank you to her for it, given what I know about Ritalin. But from a very early age, I was told to think differently, be creative, and you will succeed. You're smart, you can do it. So that is how I lived out my academic career. In middle school, I got held back for math, pre-calc, because I refused to do my homework. And my teacher told me that I wasn't responsible enough to be moved into algebra, even though I had a B in the class, regardless of no homework for the entire year. When I graduated high school, I went to college, because that's what you're supposed to do. You go to college and you get a degree, and then you take that degree and then you apply it to your field, and then people value you because I don't have a piece of paper that says that you're amazing or something. I think that's how it works. But I decided that I was going to do a 4-year degree in 2 years. This means going to school year round. I would take 22 credits at a time. People thought I was crazy. I thought it was just, I thought they were crazy. I mean, we went from an 8-hour school day to like a 3-hour school day with a bunch of nothing in between. So why not fill that entire 8 hours with classes that made sense to me? And so that's what I did. My advisor, because I knew my major right away, didn't want me to do this. He thought I was crazy. There was no way I was going to be able to maintain my 4.0 GPA. So he kept making me jump through hoops. I used to have to go above him. I used to have to go to the dean to get into the classes that I wanted to take. And this is when I first realized that no matter what you think your abilities are, other people will keep telling you you're wrong. So then I graduated college, unfortunately during the recession. And if you've seen Episode 1, you kind of know a little bit about this, with a psych degree, and fell into marketing. I didn't do any internships because I was too busy doing school, so I couldn't get into grad school. In addition, I was competing with everybody who was going back to school because of the recession. So I was waitlisted. Unless somebody was going to die, it wasn't going to be me. So I fell into marketing. Loved it. It was perfect. It allowed me to be creative. It allowed me to continue to learn. Things were always changing. It was fantastic. But then I ran into more people telling me that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't know what I was doing, and that I needed to just kind of keep my head down and do what I was told. I don't think that change happens when we hide. And so after being fired over and over and over again, not for poor quality of work, but just because I refused to keep my head down and do what everyone else was doing, I believe that business can be done better. I believe that I owe it to myself to give myself better. So that's what I did. I started Paperless Marketing to educate, create, and change the conversation. People frequently ask me what conversation I'm changing. Is it the conversation on social media? Is it a conversation around marketing? Is it just the conversation? It's nothing specific. It's never been specific. Any change in a conversation is progress. It's not the same one. The point of changing the conversation is that the conversation is changing. If you find yourself repeating the same pattern over and over again, that's insanity. And business has a tendency to have the same conversation over and over again with no progression. I believe that we can be better for our clients, for our employees, and for our community if we would just start having conversations around the things that we don't like. So how do we do it better? I believe that instead of businesses just shouting at their customers, they should be using tools like social media to engage them in a conversation. Let them be part of the community. It's a two-way street. Give back. I believe that consumers should want to participate with your business without using any manipulation tactics. You shouldn't have to manipulate people into wanting to buy your products or services. They should want to, and they should want to because your business is accessible, authentic, and socially responsible. I believe the businesses should collaborate with other businesses in their industry or outside of their industry so that we can make a better world for everyone. I don't understand why everybody wants to compete. I don't have competition. You may argue that I have competition because I'm a marketing consultant and there's tons of marketing consultants. Yeah, that's true. But if we work together, then we can redefine how we do it, and then we change the entire conversation. And then there's no longer competition. We're working together, we're collaborating, we're building something better. And at my core, I believe that if you want to know what I know, it's really just a matter of Googling it and educating yourself. So for me to charge you doesn't make any sense to me. Others have told me I'm crazy and I should charge for it because they don't want to Google. But if I could inspire one person to do business differently, I win. I don't have to get money for that. Maybe I'm not the billion-dollar company, right? Everybody thinks they're going to be the billion-dollar company. I'm not saying that I'm not going to be the billion-dollar company, but chances are probably pretty slim. What if in doing this, I can inspire that one person who is really gonna do something? That's my why. I do this show, I do my work at Wednesdays, I write my blogs because they interest me and I enjoy the creative side of it. But what if somebody hears me? Over the course of this year, I have been told all kinds of stuff.
Pretty good today. real life, not everyone got parents to love them. Not everyone got a shoulder to lean on when they're struggling. We all got people to hug us, even get told enough that we're important and worthwhile, but it don't mean we aren't. Trust me, I know the story, cause I have lived the story in me to tell you that even never communicated you are worthy of love. You're worthy of kindness and the patience. You a dream that is what's chasing and an endless inspiration. And if anyone's is different, well fuck them cause they clueless. The obstacles learn to use them till we grow enough to lose us. Security of the demons are quietly eroded. The spirits they are full of so much bullshit, and I'm just so tired of hearing how I ain't good enough. These motherfucking lies, y'all don't know me. Plus the doubt and fear shit is so tired that I'm done with y'all. Cause I don't need your help, and if no one else will do it, I'ma learn to love myself. Like, hey, so I'm feeling pretty good today. And life taught me, don't trust that good to stay. And if it don't, then at least I know that.
Even though my tagline for Paperless Marketing, changing the conversation, I failed to do it. I failed to change the conversation for myself. I let you down. It's not very inspirational, is it? Everything that my clients, friends, and family have said to me over this past year are the exact same conversations I was having when I was working for those people who finally fired me. You know, you don't deserve this. You're not good enough. So I failed, guys. I failed. I didn't change the conversation. And I'm sitting here at the end of the year, you know, looking over my profit and loss statement and wondering why I didn't do better, because I know I have the skills and the talent and the intellect to do better. And I didn't do better because I listened to them. I heard what they had to say, and instead of changing the conversation, I said, you're right. What a fool I've been. And so it's been really hard to get this video together because I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. Going into business is hard, like really hard. And it's not just hard because of the sacrifices you have to make, right? Like we're dwindling down our savings. We can barely afford to eat at this point. We don't really have a stable income coming in. All of that's hard. But what's really hard, that is difficult to put into words, is that feeling you get. That gut feeling that you ignore because you doubt yourself. It's really hard to unlearn something. But I promise you, if you stick with it, it'll work. And I know I'm promising you something that I haven't even been able to show you, but I'm not hoping. I'm gonna do this. Let me show you. And I'm gonna do this by changing the conversation this year. I may have blundered, but yesterday's mistake is just another light bulb that didn't work. So this is my pledge to you, to 2017, but most of all to myself. So Breanna, when you watch this later, because you know you will, ask yourself, are you changing the conversation? Are you still having the same conversations you were last year? Not all who wander are lost. Sometimes we just get turned around. Let me help you find your way. I would love for you to reach out in the comments below and tell me what your struggles have been this year. What have you faced? What are you ready to take on next year? How are you going to change the conversation? Let's do business better. For ourselves, for our clients, and for our community. I don't know what to say. This is really hard. Often my friends ask, shit, I hope I'm recording. I don't want to be silent anymore. There is no going back for me. I'm not going back to working for someone. I will never do that. It doesn't even make sense to me to do that.
What other choice do we fucking have? Life is too good but in the bad without others who will grab the pieces that are wearing out and threatening the shadow, who will share our tears and laughter just to help hold us together. Like, hey, so I'm feeling pretty good today. And life taught me, don't trust that good to stay. And if it don't, then at least I know that love's the reason we are broken. But hey, man, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today.